class 6. I welcome you all once again to your English class. I hope you all are doing well. Children, for today's English lesson, we are going to start a new chapter from your Pact with the Sun book. And this chapter is the last chapter for your syllabus, Tansen, chapter 5. You will find this chapter on page number 15 of your book. Let's get started. Tansen was the only child of his parents. Naughty but talented, he imitates the call of birds and animals perfectly. Once he tried to frighten a group of travelers by roaring like a tiger. Now children, I know that you might have heard this name somewhere at least. If you can recall and if I can remind you of where you have heard it. In Akbar's court, yes, Mughal period, Mughal dynasty, in your SST class it might be. You might have heard about the 9 gems or the 9 jewels of Akbar's court. Yes, Tansen was one among them. Yes, one of them. Now we know that Tansen was a very good singer. Now do we know about his life? Not everything, right? So this chapter will help us learn about Tansen and how he became so famous with all his rags, with all his compositions, how he made his way to Akbar's court. Because impressing Akbar was not that easy. Becoming one of the musicians there was not that easy. So we will learn how he becomes a part of the Mughal rule. Okay. Tansen was the only child. Now you already know he was the only child of his parents. He was very naughty but yet very talented because he could mimic the sound of birds and animals. Okay, when you have this talent, you know that you have a marvelous voice. Once he tried to frighten a group of travelers, you know, because he was really naughty, so obviously he will be doing some mischiefs. So what did he do? He was to one time he scared travelers away by roaring like a tiger. Now let's get started with the main text. You may have heard the name of Tansen, the greatest musician our country has produced. A singer called Mukundin Mishra and his wife lived in a Behat near Gwalior. Lived in Behat near Gwalior. Tansen was their only child. So children, you should know the singer's name. So his father was Mukundin Mishra. Okay. Tansen was their only child. It is said that he was a very naughty child. Yes, like all children, you know that they are always mischievous, always playful. Once he ran away to play in the forest and soon learned to imitate perfectly the calls of birds and animals. Okay, not everyone can mimic. Yes, not everyone can imitate, copy someone else's speech or behavior. So we see one time he went to the forest and he quickly learned imitating the voice, the speech of the birds and animals. Okay. Now let's see. A famous singer named Swami Haridas was once traveling through the forest with his disciples. Okay, so because it became a habit for Tansen, it became a habit for this boy to visit the forest now. Okay, so once a singer named Swami Haridas, he was traveling through the forest with his disciples. Disciples are followers, you know this word, right? Disciples. So disciples are the followers of a teacher, like of a guru. So he was a singer, and obviously many of the aspiring musicians were learning from him. So he was their guru. Tired, the group settled down to rest in a shady grove. So there was this small forest wood, okay, and they were really tired of the journey because during those times there was not like these motor cars, these automobiles, right? So we know that they were really tired by all the walking, all the traveling, and they decided to rest under a mangrove under a shady grove. In a shady grove, they decided to rest. Tansen saw them, so he was frequenting the village, the forest. He was going to the forest very often. Strangers in the forest, he said to himself. Okay, these people are strangers, because if they would have lived in the village, he would have known them, but it will be fun to frighten them, because by now the villagers might have known that Tansen could produce all these noises and sounds, right? So with strangers it would be fun. He hid behind a tree and roared like a tiger. So what did he do? He hid behind a tree. The little group of travelers scattered in fear, but Swami Haridas called them together. So what happened? These travelers, the followers, were really scattered by the sound of the tiger, by the call of the tiger. So what did they do? They hid themselves and they scattered around. Scattered means spreading across all over the place. In all directions they started running. But Swami Haridas was a learned man, he was a musician, he was experienced. He called them together. Don't be afraid, he said. Tigers are not always dangerous. Let us look for this one. Okay, so he said, Haridas was, I told you he was experienced. He said, don't worry, not all tigers are dangerous. So let's wait for this one. Let's see who is it. Let's find the tiger and find out ourselves that whether it is dangerous or not. Suddenly, one of his men saw a small boy hiding behind a tree. So, one of the travelers, one of the men of this group found a small boy. He saw a small boy hiding behind a tree. There are no tigers here, master, he said. Only this naughty boy. Okay, so he spotted Tansen, he spotted the boy, and he told that there are no tigers here, but this naughty boy is producing this sound. Now we will move to the other part. Now we will see what happens next in the story. Tansen learned music from Swami Haridas for 11 years. Yes, quite a long period of getting educated in music. He stayed with a holy man called Muhammad Ghaus. You might have heard this man's name as well, so he was a saint here. He married Hussaini, one of the ladies in the court of Rani Mrignani. So Swami Haridas did not punish him, okay, because he understood that although this boy was naughty, yet he was talented. How? Let's find out. He went to Tansen's father and said, your son is very naughty. He is also very talented. Yes, you know what, children, when there are these experienced people, good people, they not only find the faults, but they also find the solutions. They do not only stop at the problems, they find solutions. He also could see that this boy, he was really talented as well, right? Because he could produce this tiger sound and not everyone can do it. Now let's see. He lived with him, okay. So I think I can make him a good singer. So he said, in him I can find a good disciple, I can make him a good singer. Yes. Now let's see what happens next. Tansen was 10 years old when he went away with Swami Haridas. So what was his age? He was 10 years old. He lived with him for 11 years, learning music, and became a great singer. At about this time, his parents died. So what happened? His father and mother died after he came back after 11 years. Mukundin Mishra's dying wish was that Tansen should visit Muhammad Ghaus of Gwalior. Muhammad Ghaus was a holy man, okay? He was a spiritual man, he was a saintly man, a good man. Mukundin Mishra had long been devoted to him. Yes, children, in earlier days, people used to find a guru for themselves. They used to train themselves and learn some good things from their gurus. So Muhammad Ghaus was Mukundin Mishra's guru. He was devoted to him and often visited him. While living in Gwalior with Muhammad Ghaus, Tansen was often taken to the court of Rani Mrignani because this holy saint always used to visit Rani Mrignani's palace. So he used to take Tansen as well. So, who was a great musician herself? So yes, Rani Mrignani was not just a queen, she was a great musician herself. There he met and married one of the ladies of the court. So he married Hussaini. Okay, her name was Hussaini. Hussaini also became Swami Haridas' disciple. Tansen and Hussaini had 5 children who were all very musical. Okay, obviously when you have a particular occupation running in your veins through generations, you have been following the same occupation, same job profile, so you get inspired by your parents or by your grandparents or by some uncle, aunt, and then you also become you also follow the same profession because it's running in your blood. So here also we can see with Hussaini and with Tansen as good musicians, as good learned musicians. So the children, their 5 children also were good musicians. They also got this training of music. Tansen had by this time become very famous. Okay, so Tansen had grown himself name and fame. Sometimes he sang before Emperor Akbar, who was so impressed by him that he insisted Tansen should join his court. So what happens here? Now, because obviously he was growing famous, so Emperor Akbar also heard about him. He sang before Emperor Akbar, and Akbar was so impressed with his singing that he insisted Tansen, he persuaded him. He said firmly that you must join my court, you should become a member in my court. Now let's see what happens in the next part. Tansen became a favorite in Akbar's court. Once he was asked to sing Rag Deepak. Tansen asked his daughter and her friend to sing Rag Megh after Rag Deepak to counteract the effect of the latter. Yes. Now listen to this. What happens? Let's read. Tansen went to Akbar's court in 1556 and soon became a great favorite of Emperor Akbar. Yes, because everyone wants entertainment. So you might have good poets, you might have good advisors, but you need some entertainment in your life. So that entertainment, that's music came into the life through Tansen. Yes. Akbar would call upon Tansen to sing at any time during the day or night. Whenever he wanted to listen to music, whenever he wanted to listen to Tansen, he would call him at any hour. Okay. Quite often he would just walk into Tansen's house to hear him practice. Yes, we see that often he did not call him to his court or the palace. He often visited his house to hear him practice. He also gave him many presents. Some of the courtiers became jealous of Tansen. We shall never be able to rest till Tansen is ruined. So because he was growing so famous, he was so beloved of Akbar, so what did they think? What did the other courtiers think? They started growing jealous. They became really envious of Tansen, that he was gaining all the attention of King Akbar, of Emperor Akbar. Now they thought that we need to find a solution, because unless we find a solution, unless we are relieved of Tansen, unless we get rid of Tansen, we are not going to stay put. We are not going to have a proper rest. They declared one of the courtiers, Shaukat Mian, had a bright idea. So what idea he had? Let's see. He was a courtier, one of the courtiers. Let us make him sing Rag Deepak. Okay, let's see what Rag Deepak does, because you know children, during those times some rags were very like instrumental in bringing or in invoking nature, in calling nature. Okay, so some impact was always there in the music, in poetry, they could invoke nature, they could have some effects on nature. Okay, let's just make him sing Rag Deepak. He said, how will that help us? Another man asked this. If Rag Deepak is properly sung, okay, with all devotion and with all the right composition, music, it makes the air so hot that the singer is burnt to ashes. Okay, so what was the plan of Shaukat Mian? To burn Tansen within his own flames, because the air will become so hot after this rag is sung that it will burn Tansen. Tansen is a very good singer. Everyone was already aware of his good singing. So, if he sings Rag Deepak, he will die and we will be rid of him. Shaukat Mian went to Akbar and said, we don't think Tansen is a great singer. Let us test him. So, tell him to sing Rag Deepak. Only the greatest singers can sing it properly. So, what did they say? They said, he asked, because we don't believe that he will be able to sing the Rag Deepak efficiently, but we should test him then, and if he is able enough, he would be able to sing it. Of course he can sing it. Tansen can sing anything. Okay, this trust Akbar had on Tansen, because he had heard him for so many years. He was so sure that yes, Tansen can sing anything you give him, anything you ask. Akbar said, Tansen was afraid but could not disobey the king. Yes, Tansen was really afraid because he could not disobey the king here. Yes, why he was afraid? Let's see. Very well, my lord, he said. He had never been more downcast and unhappy. Okay, there was no energy, there was no happiness in his voice. Okay, his eyes were on the ground, and he said, because he has to obey the orders, he said, okay, of course, my lord, very well, I will. I can sing the rag. He told his wife. Okay, he went to his home and he said to his wife that, you see, I can sing this rag, I can definitely sing this rag, but the heat it gives off. Okay, when the lamp will be lighted, heat will be produced. It will not only set the lamps alight, it will not only lighten the lamps, it will not only make the lamps burn, it will also burn me to ashes. I will also turn to dust, turn to ashes. Now let's see what he decides, whether he will be singing this or not. Then he had an idea. If someone sings Rag Megh at the same time and sings it properly, okay, during the same time, when I have started singing Rag Deepak, if someone can sing Rag Megh, then it will bring rain. Perhaps our daughter Saraswati and her friend Roopwati could do it, he said. So he said, because obviously I told you that 5 children were all musicians, were all musicals, so musically trained. So he decided that his daughter Saraswati and her friend Roopwati should sing it together, the Rag Megh, and it will bring rain. They practiced night and day for 2 weeks. Tansen told them, you must wait till the lamps start burning, because he has to show that he can sing it, and how will it prove that he had sung it well if the lamps are not burning, right? So, and then you start singing. So he said, after all lamps had lit, or after they are lit, you can start singing. Now let's see what happens in the next part. Both ragas were sung according to plan. Akbar punished Tansen's enemies. Tansen died in 1585. The legend goes that on the appointed day, the whole town assembled to hear Tansen sing Rag Deepak. When he began to sing, the air became warm. Yes, it was working. He was singing really perfectly. Soon people in the audience were bathed in perspiration. Oh, everyone was sweating, because I told you the air was going warm. It was increasingly warm. Now as the music continued, the leaves on the trees dried up. It was so hot, the air was so hot, it became so hot that the leaves on the trees started drying. It started falling on the ground. and fell to the ground. As the music continued, birds fell dead. Okay, birds also start dying because it was so hot in the air. Because of the heat and the waters in the river began to boil. People cried out in terror as flames shot up out of nowhere and lighted the lamps. They were terrified, the people, the audience were terrified, they were sweating already, so much in sweat. So flames started appearing from nowhere in the air, and what happened? The lamps were lighted. At once, Saraswati and Rupati began to sing Rag Megh. The sky clouded over. The sky started clouding and the rain came down. Tansen was saved. The story goes that he was very ill after this, okay, because obviously the strength or the energy it produced did not go well with his health, with Tansen's health. And Akbar was sorry that he caused him so much suffering. Yes, because these obviously it produced effect, but also it had repercussions on ill effects on whom? On Tansen. He punished Tansen's enemy. When Tansen got well, the entire city rejoiced. The entire city was very relieved that nothing happened to Tansen. They were greatly relieved. They started enjoying themselves. They cheered and they were very happy. They showed great joy. Tansen remained Akbar's court singer till 1585 when he died. He composed several new ragas. Tansen's tomb is in Gwalior. It is a place of pilgrimage for musicians. Now we see, when did he die? He died in 1585, and until then he was a court musician of Akbar. Okay. So he composed new ragas, and many musicians visit his tomb in Gwalior because obviously it was his birthplace, so our tomb is located there only, and many musicians who are inspired by Tansen visit his tomb because it is a pilgrimage site for him. Pilgrimage is something which is specific for devotees. Okay, devotees visit those places like religious or some tombs, okay, places like this. People visit to pay their devotion or to pay their like to show their devotion, okay, pay their respect. Now children, we are done with this chapter, we are done with this lesson. You have learnt about Tansen. Now you can share everything about Tansen, his life, and how he became Akbar's court musician, right? So let's get started with the meanings now. Let's get started. There are only few words that you might find difficult. Okay. So first one is imitate. Let's start writing. The first one is imitate. Imitate means copy or mimic. Copy or mimic someone's speech or behavior. Okay, if that's not visible, let me not use the space and instead write it here. Speech or behavior. Yes, children. Now number 2. Disciple. A follower or pupil of a teacher. Yes. Number Number 3, grove. A small wood or other group of trees. Group of trees. Yes, number 4, scattered. Spread over an area. In an irregular way. Number 5, insisted. To say firmly, or demand forcefully. Yes? Wait, let me write that word below. Forcefully. Okay? So insisted, scattered, grove, disciple, imitate. Okay? Please pause your video and quickly write this down. We can move ahead with the next set of words. Ruined. Number 6. Ruined. Destroyed or spoiled. Or spoiled. Number 7. Alight. Morning. Assembled. Number 8. Gathered together in one place. One place for a purpose. For a purpose. Number 9. Perspiration. Sweat. Number 10. Rejoiced. To feel or show. To feel or show. Great joy or delight. Joy or delight. Yes, children? So, here are your 10 meanings from the chapter, and we will be ending our lesson here only. We will be doing the question answers in our next video lesson. I hope you understood the chapter, children. Please go through the chapter. Please read it by yourself, and then we will be discussing it in your online class. Okay, children? Bye-bye.